Every second of every day our planet spins silently beneath us, one full rotation every 24 hours. You don't feel it, but right now, you're moving at over 1,600 kilometers per hour, just because the Earth is turning. The oceans, the atmosphere, even the weather all exist because of this constant motion. But what if, for just 10 seconds, the Earth suddenly stopped spinning? 10 seconds might not seem like a long time, but the consequences would be catastrophic. Unimaginable destruction on a global scale. Let's explore exactly what would happen if our planet hit the brakes for just a moment. In that instant, the atmosphere wouldn't stop. The air would continue moving at over 1,000 miles per hour. Everything not anchored to solid ground would be hurled eastward with incredible force. Cars, buildings, people, and even trees would be ripped from the surface like they weighed nothing at all. Imagine standing on a highway as thousands of tons of air push past you at the speed of a jetliner. Objects that seem fixed and solid today would become deadly projectiles. Even the ground beneath us would shake violently as the sudden change in rotational energy affects tectonic plates, triggering earthquakes across the globe. The oceans would react just as violently. Water has mass, and when the Earth stops spinning, all the water that was moving with it suddenly continues eastward. The Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans would surge, creating mega-tsunamis hundreds of meters tall, sweeping across entire continents in mere moments. Coastlines would be instantly reshaped. Cities near the water would vanish beneath walls of water. Even inland regions could experience catastrophic flooding as displaced water rushes through river systems, breaking dams and destroying everything in its path. The concept of safe distance from the ocean would no longer exist. The seas would be everywhere, unstoppable and relentless. The sudden stop wouldn't just affect the ground and water, the atmosphere itself would create chaos. Wind speeds exceeding any hurricane or tornado ever recorded would tear across continents, destroying infrastructure and uprooting everything in their path. Satellites in orbit would be torn from their paths, plummeting toward Earth. Airplanes would crash, unable to maintain control in the violent winds. The friction caused by the abrupt halt would generate heat and shock waves through the atmosphere, igniting fires and creating lightning storms of epic proportions. Even volcanoes could erupt as tectonic stresses adjust to the sudden change in rotational forces. But, could the Earth realistically stop spinning? In reality, no known force in the universe could halt a planet of this mass instantly. The rotational energy of the Earth is so immense that even a massive asteroid impact wouldn't stop it. The energy required would be equivalent to countless nuclear bombs detonating simultaneously, impossible with anything humanity or nature could produce. Even our planet's rotation is slowing down only very slightly, about 2 milliseconds per century. This gradual slowing is imperceptible to us, and it's thanks to the moon's gravitational pull, which tugs at Earth's oceans and slowly bleeds rotational energy over billions of years. So while we can imagine a sudden stop, physics makes it a scenario that will never happen. At least, not naturally. Now, let's imagine for argument's sake that somehow the Earth did stop for 10 seconds and then resumed spinning. The aftermath would be catastrophic. Cities would be flattened, forests stripped bare, coastlines obliterated. The air would be thick with dust, debris, and smoke. Power grids, communication networks, and transportation systems would collapse. Most life on land, and a large portion in the oceans, would not survive. Even humans in underground bunkers or remote regions would face a drastically altered world. Ecosystems would be destroyed. The weather would change suddenly with the redistribution of ocean currents and wind patterns creating storms that could last years. Our planet would be forever changed by just 10 seconds of halted rotation. Some scientists like to imagine survival scenarios. Could humanity adapt? Underground cities might be safe, but food production would collapse, oceans would become unstable, and global weather systems would be thrown into chaos. Even 10 seconds of a stopped Earth could trigger centuries of environmental imbalance. Animals too would face nearly impossible challenges. Birds accustomed to air currents would struggle. Aquatic life would be displaced by massive flooding and shifting currents. Entire ecosystems could collapse. 10 seconds, barely a blink, would change the Earth forever. So, the next time you feel like the world isn't moving fast enough, remember, you're spinning through space at over 1,000 miles an hour, and it's probably best if it stays that way. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more mind-bending science stories, and share this with someone who loves the unknown. Until next time, keep wondering.